This hour by Frederick Remington, fully cooked, ready-to-eat bacon. Exclusive, no refrigeration, 10-year extended shelf life bacon. The thickest, meatiest, center-cut bacon in the industry at fullycookedbacon.com.
The stocks discussed on Wall Street Raw are not in any way a recommendation or solicitation to buy, sell, or hold. If considering on acting on information, we first recommend you seek out a competent, licensed professional for advice.
What kingdom has sent you?
The kingdom of the Most High.
Nothing you have ever experienced can prepare you for the unbridled carnage you're about to witness. The Super Bowl, the World Series, they don't know what pressure is. In this building, it's either kill or be killed. You make no friends in the pits and you take no prisoners. 1 minute, you're up $500,000 in soybeans, and the next, boom, your kids don't go to college and they've repossessed your Bentley. Are you with me?
The Genesis Communication Network is proud to bring you Wall Street Raw with nationally recognized market timer and previous Wall Street Week elf, Mark Leibovit, welcoming you on board his financial time machine. And here is the elf himself, Mark Leibovit.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Welcome to Wall Street Raw on this Saturday, December 30th, the last broadcast for 2017. No doubt history is going to write this one down as one of the most remarkable years in Wall Street, with the kind of gains we've seen, climbing that old wall of worry, and just so much action in so many markets, from Bitcoin to the cannabis stocks to what just happened in just the stock market itself, and big moves in NASDAQ in both directions. So it's just really a phenomenal year. So there's going to be a lot to be talked about, including the tax reform bill that finally passed and its potential implication on the stock market going forward, and even in this past year, in anticipation of the passage of that tax reform package. So we, as always, try to line up some interesting guests for you on Wall Street Raw on the Saturday morning. We have Harry Boxer joining us in a few minutes. Henry Weingarten is going to be joining us. Sinclair is going to be joining us. And my first and very special guest is on the line now. We want to get to him right away. The way these markets are moving, Don, you just don't know what's going to happen in the next 10 minutes. Don VIALOUX, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Mark.
Don is the past president of the Canadian Society of Technical Analysts, and he also authors two great blogs. One is timingthemarket.ca, and the other is equityclock.com. Don, the Santa Claus rally arrived just as you predicted.
Yeah, it's amazing. Once again, it's running along. The Santa Claus rally normally starts at the end of the second week in December and runs right through until the first week in January. Now, since December 15th, the S&P 500 has already gained about 0.5%, and the TSE Composite has advanced about 1.2%.
And what are the strongest stocks in this rally?
Well, not surprising. The strongest stocks are those which were hit the most by tax loss selling pressures. And these include stocks like the precious metals, the energy stocks, and particularly the oil service stocks. These are the ones which are rallying now. A good example on that, if you look at the gold ETF GDX, it's up 7% since December 15th. And the oil service ETF OIH is up 8.8%, so very, very strong recovery after tax loss selling pressures. Now, these sectors are also benefiting from favorable seasonal influences that start in mid-December and continue until at least the end of February. If you own these stocks, stick with them for now and continue the rest of the ride.
I don't want to put you on the spot, Don, but let's give it a shot here. What's 2018 look like to you going forward here after such a big gain? Is it more of the same, or a little bit of a correction in January and perhaps February?
It's going to be fascinating because next year is a midterm election year. Historically, in midterm election years, markets move higher until April, And then from April right through until October, prior to the actual midterm elections, U.S. and Canadian equity markets move lower. Look for that to happen again in 2018, particularly as we get closer and closer to the midterm election, where we could see a change in control of the U.S. government. In just anticipation of a possible change in control will have a negative impact on equity markets from approximately the end of April right through until October of next year.
And then, in theory, we would buy October, as often happens, correct?
Yes, from October until the end of the year, during a midterm election year, equity markets once again resume an upward trend.
Don, thank you so much. We always make it short and sweet, and Don's really great with these comments. Have a great new year, Don. Thank you so much for helping us all through 2017, and we both look forward to a happy and healthy 2018. Thanks again for joining us.
Thank you, Mark.
Well, Don's been great in calling the Canadian markets and the cyclical picture, so it was always good to have him on the program. But we have so much going on here, and let's talk a little bit in a couple of minutes about the Bitcoin, which has had a huge move here. And as you know, if you've been listening to my broadcast here for the last at least year and a half, even though we've been on the air almost 3 years, we've been talking about Bitcoin and the Bitcoin Investment Trust, GBTC. And as you know, if you were subscribed to vrtrader.com, you probably benefited from that, including even in our gold letter and our cannabis vice letter. We did some trades as well in the GBTC. We were trading that from a few $100s a share all the way up, but honestly, we missed the last big surge because it just ran away in a parabolic upside move. Meanwhile, Bitcoin, as you know, topped out at 19,000, sold down to 13,500, and is now around 14,700 as we're making this broadcast. Most of the press that I read predicts that it's over for Bitcoin, and this is just a one-shot tulip mania bubble, and forget it. We do know, for example, that there is some government concern about it. I believe I read this week that South Korea has caught their attention. Some new regulatory measures have come in, and we'll talk about that a little bit with Sinclair later in the program. So some of the governments are not too excited about it. But, of course, we know what Bitcoin is all about. It's a flight from currency. It's a flight into safety, supposedly, away from what governments are doing. And I don't think it's going to end so quickly. We're going to trade it technically. We had a buy on it when it sold off dramatically here in the last several sessions. It just might be correcting, and it might be 30,000, 50, or 100,000. Who knows? So we're just going to watch it technically. I'm not going to make any predictions, except that I believe that the push away from government control is a big cause of the strength in Bitcoin. And there is discussion that the Fed itself here in the U.S. Might create its own coin. And in fact, there's some conspiracy theorists. I read some stories this past week. It's really funny that perhaps the CIA created Bitcoin just as a way to get people used to a digital currency, with the thought that the government would ultimately create its own digital currency, and you'd be happy with it, because there's been a war on cash. We've had Craig Smith on the show from Swiss America in recent months, and he has a book about that same subject. And governments have been trying to get rid of cash. They can't control you if you have cash and you can do things freely. Look at the government of India last year, where they forced citizens to turn in, I believe, their small bills for large ones, or I'm not sure if it was large ones for small ones, but they were actually cleaning up the cash that was out there in circulation, and that backfired and really hurt the economy. So we know governments are out there trying to suppress our freedoms, and cash is one of them. So that's the flight into cryptocurrency. So I suppose if the governments create a cryptocurrency, we may be duped into believing that everything is safe, and people may jump into the cryptocurrency that the governments themselves create. We'll see how this all pans out, but we are trading. Speaking of trading, I want to talk about our new trading service. It's called the VR Trading Addict. And we launched that here in the last 3 weeks. It adds to our list of various newsletters, but it's a daily letter. We try to come out with a trade a day. Oh, we're coming into a break, so we'll have to talk a little bit about the VR Trading Addict a little bit later in the program. Stay tuned. We'll be after the break with our good friend Harry Boxer.
You're listening to Wall Street Raw with Mark Leibovit. Go to wallstreetradio.com for information on Mark's newsletters and products. Stay tuned. Mark will be right back.
Fully cooked, ready-to-eat bacon. I'm talking thick, meaty, center-cut presidential bacon. Savory and delicious. I buy some, I use some, I store some. Awesome. No refrigeration needed with a 10-year shelf life. NASA pack technology. Bacon. Fully cooked, fully hydrated, ready to eat right from the packed bacon. Or warm and served. Life-saving, ready-to-eat bacon. 10-year shelf life bacon. Ships free at fullycookedbacon.com. Fullycookedbacon.com.
People search the internet for everything, including you. With a few clicks, information from your past can be quickly discovered, from business deals gone wrong to misleading reviews, negative articles, and unflattering images. Studies show 78% of people search for someone online before doing business with them. Will they find the real you? With ReputationDefender.com, you can establish a positive internet presence. ReputationDefender.com pioneered the field with over a decade of experience, serving thousands of successful individuals and businesses. We use patented, award-winning systems to boost positive content and suppress negative material. Don't let the internet define you. Take control of your reputation today with ReputationDefender.com. For your quick, free reputation analysis, call 800-831-0771. That's 800-831-0771. 800-831-0771. Or visit ReputationDefender.com.
If you or someone you care about loves outdoor adventure, then check out slingbow.com for some unique holiday gift ideas. That's slingbow.com, where we have some innovative new products for the archer, hunter, or bow fishing enthusiast in your family. Now through January, use the promo code HOLIDAY to get free shipping in the U.S. or Canada. And from all of us at Slingbow Industries, have a safe, joyous, and peaceful holiday season.
Many medicines used to treat colds and flu contain acetaminophen, a pain reliever and fever reducer found in hundreds of over-the-counter and prescription medicines. But taking too much or more than one medication containing acetaminophen per day can damage your liver. So always read the label and don't take acetaminophen if you drink 3 or more alcoholic drinks every day. To learn more, visit fda.gov/OTC pain info. A message from the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services Food and Drug Administration.
Are you happy washing your hands with harsh chemicals? Are you happy doing laundry with detergents? Are you happy paying high prices? Find your happiness with Pure Soap. These all-natural, earth-friendly Pure Soaps are the very best you've ever used. Buy in bulk. Get a 12, 36, or 48-month supply. Or get items individually and still save big. You're getting soap products twice as good as what you're using now. Earth-friendly and natural soaps. Your family deserves the best. Happiness is 5starsoap.com. Why not put your money up the drain for a change? See them at 5starsoap.com or call 1-800-340-7091 for a catalog. Cal Ben Soap Company can save you thousands of dollars and give you good old-fashioned real soaps that are triple concentrated. Soaps made from vegetable and coconut oils. See their full selection of soaps at 5starsoap.com. That's FIVE starsoap.com. Or call 1-800-340-7091 for a catalog.
It's a no-brainer. A Big Berkey water filter is the one you need, period. You need a water filter that removes chlorine, fluoride, pharmaceuticals, BPA, and other endocrine disruptors, pesticides, bacteria, viruses, and much more, right? And does it all at only 2 cents per gallon. Get the original, most trusted name in gravity water filtration, Big Berkey. And now GCN listeners receive 5% off ceramic filter systems using code GCN. Call or click 1-877-99-BERKEY or BigBerkeyWaterFilters.com. That's 1-877-99-BERKEY.
Think positive. Never show any sign of weakness. Always go for the throat. Buy low, sell high. Fear, that's the other guy's problem.
Welcome back to the Wall Street Raw Radio Show with Mark Leibovit, your time machine for the financial markets. Want to know more? Go to WallStreetRawRadio.com. Now, here's the elf himself, Mark Leibovit.
Welcome back to Wall Street Raw on this Saturday, December 30th, the last broadcast for 2017. Hopefully all of you had a very profitable 2017. It's been one of the most remarkable years on record. And waiting in the wings is our very good friend Harry Boxer from the TechTrader.com, who's kind enough to spend a few minutes with us on the Saturday morning before New Year's. Harry, as you may remember, is the founder of the TechTrader.com, which is a live trading room featuring his trade alerts and technical market analysis. He's nearly a 50-year veteran of doing this, and he authored the book Profitable Day in Swing Trading, which was named by Stock Traders Almanac as the 2015 Best Investment Book of the Year. Good morning, Harry. Thank you for joining us.
My pleasure, as always.
Well, I guess we got to talk about the hottest group at the moment because we were talking about it off air, the cannabis stocks. It's just remarkable what's going on in this group, and it's nothing that we hadn't predicted, that's for sure.
Well, and if you look at them technically, I won't say it was a no-brainer, but, I mean, take a look at TWMJF, which, by the way, just got slammed in less few minutes to negative on the day. Here's a stock that was, I had put it out as a swing trade last week when it broke out of the coil it was in at just over 16, 17 range, and here it is today reaching nearly 27, 26.37i. So pretty amazing stuff. And then another one, Abacus, ABCFF, has exploded at one point.
That's Aurora. That's Aurora.
ACBFF, Aurora.
Okay, Aurora.
Aurora popped out of a coil as well when it was 5.25, and here it is over 8 today. Got up to 8.38, so it's up 60% just this week alone. So some of these stocks have had CANNs and other up almost 2 points.
It's remarkable. Ever since the Canadian law turned positive for marijuana and is still negative here in the U.S. with federal law, money seems to be flowing into Canada. And, of course, they're all counting, as you know, on the recreational becoming legal up there in July. And the speculation is if for some reason that legislation gets delayed, these stocks could possibly pull back. But, they're anticipating some, big profits up there apparently.
Not just that, but I'm hearing a lot of states now in the United States are going to legalize it, maybe even coming earlier this year. So that's what's driving a lot of it, I think. But we'll see. It doesn't matter what the reasons are. I'm a technical analyst. I don't care about the fundamental reasons because people are always asking me in my site, why is the stock up? Why is it down? More buyers than sellers, more sellers than buyers. It doesn't matter why. I look for trends on a momentum player, and that's what I look for. Besides the cannabis stocks, I'm also high and still on the biotech group, and in particular, a couple of stocks I really like. One is Unicure, QURE, which is breaking out today, up about $1.12 to 20.5. This looks like high 20s and then low 40s type stock in the next few weeks and months. Great chart. And another one is Collegium, COLL. Very similar chart, very similar price, around 19. The stock looks like it wants to be in the high 20s and then low to mid 30s. These are two very promising stocks that have broken out of bases and are now trending upward. Wow.
And the gold's also acting well since the low and mid-December. Is doing okay?
They are indeed, a lot, but I'm not so high on the gold stocks or even the ETFs yet. I think they are up against resistance. If they can prove they can break through here, then we have something going. But the JNUG, for example, has gone from 12 to 18, about 50% in the last couple of weeks, 3 weeks, and I needed to prove to me with better volume and better technicals that is on its way much higher. I'm not so sure. Gold has run back up to over 1,300. That's what's triggering a lot of the activity now. It was down about 12, 18, or 20 at one point, so it's rallied about 85, 90 points in the last 3 weeks or so.
Any predictions for 2018, Harry? We got only a few minutes here. Any sense of the market?
My only prediction is the market's going to go up and down. I really, I'm a volatility momentum player. I look for trends. I look for breakouts. I look for volume, price volume surges. And for me, I have a list of 25 stocks, that I've published, my top 25 for 2018. That if you haven't seen them, Mark, you feel free to share it with your audience.
Okay, I will. If you get me the list, we'll be happy to talk about it. Well, Harry, I know you've got to you want to take off early and you've got to get back to your intraday webinar. So if you want more information, go to thetechtrader.com and sign up. But you still have your two-week trial, correct? Your free 2-week trial?
Right. And by the way, just as a side note, out of those 25 stocks, 14 of them are biotech for next year. So that's how I feel about the group.
Great. Happy New Year, Harry. Thank you for joining us.
My pleasure. See you later. See you next year.
See you next year. Right. Take care. Yep, that's Harry Boxer from the techtrader.com. We've had a lot of fun with Harry this year, and we hope to have a lot more fun going forward intraday, looking at some of the ideas. And so let's jump back to the VR Trading Addict service, which I was talking about before the previous break. On the VR Trading Addict, we're providing intraday updates if necessary, but primarily try to provide a trade a day if we can find it for you. We obviously have hundreds of names that we're looking for. So it's a daily service, complements our other service, which, also offer trades, but they tend to be a more medium term. And to sign up for it, you go to vrtrader.com. You'll see a big banner right on the home page. Can't miss it because it says launching brand new. So this was a demand from people who just wanted something new every day. Of course, I have clients who just say, I'm just happy with what you have, and I'm more of a buy and holder. But we just launched this last couple of weeks, so there is a big discount on it. Believe it or not, you can sign up, and it's only $2.50 a day for the service for the first 60 days, and then it jumps up to $5 a day for the service. So I'm really excited that we can offer you a very special deal on that initially. Eventually the prices may go up, but we've been doing pretty well on it. And one of the trades we just had today was this Aurora cannabis that Harry just was talking about on the show. We had bought it the day prior, around about $6.60, and we sold it today at $8. And there was like a $1.50 profit really fast on Aurora. Of course, the group was hot, so we were lucky that we were in there with a very hot group. But by the same token, it was one of our exciting trades that I wanted to talk about. So, we have a lot to talk about on our show today. We're going to have Henry Weingarten joining us in the next segment, and Sinclair is going to talk to us as well. Meanwhile, we're going to talk about what's going on with the big banks, the cyber attacks. We're going to try to talk a little bit more about Bitcoin and maybe our frustration with the media. I don't know if you know this or not, but the media has been consolidated into 6 corporations in the U.S. and the U.K. 71% of the U.K. national newspapers are owned by just 3 giant corporations, while 80% of local papers are owned by a mere 5 companies. And today, the world's largest media owner, believe it or not, is Google, closely followed by Walt Disney, Comcast, 21st Century Fox, and Facebook. A lot going on with this consolidation, which I think works against us. Stay tuned. We'll be back after the break.
Go to WallStreetRawRadio.com for more information on Mark's newsletters and products. Stay tuned. Mark will be right back.
High-performance investors and traders use superior financial tools to achieve superior returns. You have that tool with Mark Leibovit, nationally renowned top market timer, legendary television Wall Street Week elf, and nightly business report market monitor, who shares with you his unique market tools and commentary at wallstreetraw.com. At wallstreetraw.com, Mark provides you with his latest ideas on how to help build and protect your wealth and help you avoid the next big market crash. Mark has a special free gift for listeners of his Wall Street Raw radio show. Go to wallstreetraw.com and sign up for his free monthly Cannabis Vice News Raw report. While there, go ahead and sign up for his free monthly Gold News Raw report. Both are totally free. No credit card information is required. Sign up today for your free Cannabis Vice News Raw and Gold News Raw reports at wallstreetraw.com. That's wallstreetraw.com.
Attention business owners and independent contractors. This is a money-saving message from Tax Mediation Services. If your business owes $20,000 or more in taxes, we can help you today, right now. Listen, dealing with the IRS is no picnic. It's an intimidating and extremely stressful process, and you don't want to go it alone. Our attorneys know every law, every tax break, and every possible opportunity to help you resolve and reduce your tax debt. And if you owe more than $20,000, you may be at the top of their hit list. So don't take your tax debt lightly, because it will not go away on its own. The IRS can seize your bank accounts, your home, and even shut down your business. Call our tax experts today at 1-800-765-9681 and let us deal with the IRS while you focus on your business. That's 1-800-765-9681. Again, that's 800-765-9681.
Warning, if you're drowning in debt you can't afford, do not let the credit card companies trick you into thinking that you have to pay it all back, because you don't. What the credit card companies don't want you to know is that there's actually a way to get debt-free without paying off your entire debt or going bankrupt. If you have $5,000 or more in credit card debt, you now have the right to let us settle that debt for a fraction of what you owe. For free information, call Credit Associates now. 1-800-959-5759. We'll even show you how much money you could save. If you can't afford to pay off all your debt, do not let the credit card companies trick you into thinking that you have to. Call Credit Associates now for free information on how to get debt-free faster than you ever thought possible without debt consolidation or bankruptcy. We depend on your success and offer a guarantee, so there's no risk. For free information, call now. 1-800-959-5759. That's 1-800-959-5759. 1-800-959-5759.
Heart disease is on the rise. Clogged arteries, high blood pressure, and high cholesterol levels may not be fully detected by you, but the symptoms are there. Loss of energy, blood sugar spikes and drops, poor circulation, and irregular heartbeat are just a few of these that can alert you that something is wrong. Hear how Heart and Body Extract is making a difference in thousands of people's lives across America.
My blood pressure has normalized. My diabetes has totally improved.
Everyone is telling me now how much healthier I look, and I'm telling everyone how much healthier I feel. I recommend Heart and Body Extract to everyone.
Anybody over 40 in the North American continent should be using this product as a preventative to keep their cardiovascular system healthy.
Order your 2-month supply today by calling 866-295-5305. That's 866-295-5305. Or order online, hbextract.com. Heart and Body Extract, 866-295-5305 or hbextract.com.
Welcome back to Wall Street Raw. Want to know more about Wall Street Raw and the Leibovit VR newsletters? Go to wallstreetrawradio.com.
Welcome back to Wall Street Raw on this Saturday, December 30th, the last broadcast for 2017. And again, I want to wish all of you a happy and healthy New Year, and we'll be back with you after the New Year. We have our very special and regular guest on the line for us, so let's jump to Henry Weingarten from the Astrologers Fund. You can reach Henry at afund.com. And Henry, Happy New Year. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you very much. And by the way, if you go to our website, you can hear a half-hour webinar we gave on where markets are going in full detail. So basically, our view is that the economics is going to be good. Trump's going to be good. But markets are overvalued. The classic risks are, of course, North Korea. And the one that's probably going to be more likely is the inflation showing up by the second quarter, which is going to hurt the market a little bit. And then, of course, the November elections. So more or less, markets are on a target to go higher, but the risk is quite high. So at these levels, we basically hedged our bet. And we'll just do trading and selective pieces. And the fun game we're playing, of course, is Bitcoin. And our last paper trade was on December 18th, made 2,000 points overnight, 7,000 points for the week. And the last part of it, which is the positional trade from 19,000, will be determined in the next week. Basically, if we get to 12,000 before 16,000, then we'll see under 5,000 by second half of the year. The two dates, for those who are tracking it, will be January 1st and 2nd, and January 9th and 10th are the two critical dates to look at where Bitcoin's going to go in terms of that. As for everything else, as I said, basically, economies are going to be better. People are going to feel better. And but on the other hand, there's some risk, although we don't see where it's coming from, quite frankly.
Okay. So
any questions, I'll be happy to answer if you'd like.
Okay. So the Trump rally pretty much continues, is what you're saying.
Okay, yeah, continue. Well, it will continue because the economy will do better. Now, how much that will be reflected in the market, I can't tell you. But basically, our corporate earnings are going to be better, and the economy is going to be better. We'll be close to 4%, if not 4%. So we're going to definitely go on hyperdrive for a while. And how much the markets are going to go up there, could be another 10%, 15% possible, although even though it's there, I'm not going to be playing it so much in a naked spot. Gold, by the way, our 1,300, we said it was definitely going to be over 1,300 end of the year, and of course it did that the last day of the year. Not quite the way we expected it. It's still undervalued. Oil is doing well as we expect, although at 65 we would definitely take a lot of it off the table. Even at 57, we took some off the table. So basically the economy is going to be good. And we like private equity a lot because of the fact that we're a little concerned about valuations, and private equity is a great place to be.
Henry, I want to thank you so much for that great summary of all the markets. Henry Weingarten from the Astrologers Fund, afund.com, good friend, great market predictions. And again, Happy New Year, and we'll talk to you next week this time.
Absolutely. Looking forward to it. Good New Year to you as well. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. And on the line is my good friend Sinclair No from KFNN 1510 Phoenix, and author of the great blog EatTheBankers.com. Happy New Year, Sinclair.
Happy New Year, Mark. Good to talk to you.
And glad you're back. How was the trip to Brazil?
It was delightful, sunny, and great beach weather.
You did bring your bathing suit, obviously, right?
Yes, I did. Santa Claus on the beach.
Well, I wish I was there and I wasn't. Well, thank you for getting back, because we missed you, and we got a lot to talk about in your absence. The big move up and down in Bitcoin was one of the big stories. A lot of regulations coming in. I noticed in your blog we saw South Korea trying to do something to stifle Bitcoin, and other countries are doing the same.
Well, South Korea has been one of the leaders in the Bitcoin boom, and there's a little bit of a Bitcoin fever in South Korea. They even have like ATMs for Bitcoin over there, and everybody is almost in on it, it seems like. In fact, they're concerned, the South Korean government is concerned that some people are using their credit cards to buy Bitcoin, that it has really reached a speculative fever pitch. So they've imposed some new regulatory measures. One of the important ones, I think, is including a real name policy, ending anonymous accounts, and also requiring that banks keep records of identities of customers when they handle settlement services for any kind of cryptocurrency trade. In other words, if you want to turn the Bitcoin or cryptocurrency into actual cash, you've got to do that through the bank. They want to find out who you are, and this is going to be the beginning of taxing any gains that may exist there. The South Korean government says that they may just shut down any cryptocurrency exchanges totally. Now, if that's what's going to happen elsewhere, be very problematic. I don't see them going to the point of shutting down the exchanges, but it's a little bit more volatility for Bitcoin, and that stretched over to some of the proxies as well, the Overstock.coms, Riot Blockchain, some names like that. They took a big hit as well, but we saw really about a 30% drop, I guess it was, in a matter of a week.
Wow, I know.
This is nothing but a wild ride.
But technically, it made sense. I mean, it looked on the charts like you were going to have that kind of 8,000 or 9,000 point correction. So honestly, technical sort of proved out the decline. Now the big question is it over, which many people are predicting, and I'm not so sure that's the case.
But I'm not so sure it is either. And, yeah, technicals, of course, did prove out that drop. Anytime you have a parabolic run like that, you can expect some sort of a pullback at some point. The question is, when does it come in and how severe is the pullback? This was really pretty much in line with what you might expect after that kind of a run. How far does it go? I don't know. And I'm not sure anyone does. I mean, this thing could go to 100,000. It could go to 100. Take your pick. And it may do both. but actually that creates a little bit of an opportunity. I've always personally favored opportunity on the short side because it seems to be a little bit faster and more severe. But you could play this any number of ways. I would just say don't get caught up in the fever of it. Don't think that this is the key to private jets and retirement type thing. I would be much more cautious than that.
Still rumors that the government may be trying to create its own version of this. I don't know if we didn't hear my earlier comment, but there's all these conspiracy theories out there that Bitcoin was created by the CIA, and the reason it was out there is to get people more accustomed to digital currency. Well, we ran out of time on this segment. Maybe we'll speculate that. Can you hang around a couple minutes, Sinclair?
Absolutely, love to.
Oh, great. Sinclair No from KFN 1510 Phoenix. Don't touch your dial. We'll be back after the break here on Wall Street Raw with Sinclair No.
Are listening to Wall Street Raw with Mark Leibovit. Go to wallstreetrawradio.com for information on Mark's newsletters and products. Stay tuned. Mark will be right back.
High-performance investors and traders use superior financial tools to achieve superior returns. You have that tool with Mark Leibovit, nationally renowned top market timer, legendary television Wall Street Week elf, and nightly business report market monitor, who shares with you his unique market tools and commentary at wallstreetraw.com. Here, Mark provides you with his latest ideas on how to help build and protect your wealth and help you avoid the next big market tsunami. Mark has a special free gift for listeners of his Wall Street Raw radio show. Go to wallstreetraw.com and sign up for his free monthly Cannabis Vice News Raw report. While there, go ahead and sign up for his free monthly Gold News Raw report. Both are totally free. No credit card information is required, and no one will call. Sign up today for your free Cannabis Vice News Raw report and Gold News Raw report at wallstreetraw.com.
Non-attorney paid spokesperson. Could your house go into foreclosure? Are you behind on your mortgage payments? Does it seem like the bank has no interest in helping you save your home? And you feel like you have nowhere to turn for help? Then we have good news for you. Foreclosure Protection Services can help save your home as they specialize in foreclosure assistance. That's all they do. If you're behind on your mortgage payments, being threatened with foreclosure, have been denied a loan modification, or been the victim of a predatory loan, it's critical that you call Foreclosure Protection Services now at 800-667-9035. Their network of attorneys and their agents are available to speak to you now. If you're behind on your mortgage payments, Foreclosure Protection Services can help stop the foreclosure process. Call today before it's too late. New laws are in effect that may save your home. Call Foreclosure Protection Services now at 800-667-9035. 800-667-9035. That's 800-667-9035.
The answer to being in control of your own healthcare is freedom from insurance. Become part of a group of self-pay patients that come together to share in each other's medical expenses. Individual share amounts begin at $107 a month and $347 for families. Choose from 3 health sharing programs. Holistic treatments may be eligible for sharing. See guidelines. Discount programs available for dental, vision, and pharmacy. Go to libertyoncall.org. That's libertyoncall.org.
Are you still looking for that one iodine that you can really trust? A medical doctor endorsed product that is backed by honest research and true integrative science? Then search no further. Go to NutriMedical.com for Dr. Bill Deagle's Nutriodine, proven time and time again to be the very best iodine available for you. Nutriodine is the only Tesla-activated monatomic plasma iodine in the world. It optimizes mitochondrial function and generation of new mitochondria from totally neutralizing the venom from a desert recluse spider bite in Southern California to eliminating malaria parasites reported by medical missionaries in Central India. Dr. Bill's Nutriodine is simply the most powerful healing formula there is. Nutriodine clears the body of all known pathogens, restores it to an alkaline state, and even promotes stem cell regeneration. Order Dr. Bill's Nutriodine today at 888-212-8871 or visit us online at NutriMedical.com.
Age-related macular degeneration is the leading cause of blindness in people over 55. But with treatment, it can be slowed down, stopped, and in some cases reversed. Make sure you see your grandchildren grow. Protect your vision by requesting information about diagnosing and treating AMD. Call the Foundation Fighting Blindness today at 1-800-BLINDNESS for a free packet on reversing or managing AMD. Or go to the website fightblindness.org, where I found so much helpful information. Or again, call 1-800-BLINDNESS today.
Responsibility begins and ends with our partners and our shareholders, and that's it.
There is no freedom without the law.
Get it? Got it? Good.
Welcome back to Wall Street Raw and the final segment with Mark Leibovit. Now, here's the elf himself.
Welcome back to Wall Street Raw. Thank you for joining us on this Saturday, December 30th, last broadcast for 2017. And again, I want to wish all of our listeners a happy and healthy new year. With us on the line is our good friend Sinclair No from KFNN 1510 Phoenix and author of the incomparable blog, EatTheBankers.com. And we're so glad to have Sinclair back after his exciting trip to Brazil over the Christmas break. Sinclair,
actually, it was a very calm and quiet trip to Brazil, which was nice. That's what you want in a vacation.
Right, and I hope you didn't pay too much attention to the markets when you were down there.
That's what made it so delightful.
Right, a lot of the insanity, but if you can really tune it off, it's fantastic. Unfortunately, I'm a little bit of an addict, and I got to pull out my cell phone and see what the markets are doing all the time, which drives my family crazy. But that's me. So,
well, I was doing the same thing, and it drove my family crazy as well.
Right, we're just addicts. Let's admit it, right?
Yeah, that's about it.
So let's talk a little bit about the tax reform bill. I read this morning, and I have no sad feelings on my part, but Goldman Sachs said the U.S. Tax Reform Act will cut profits this year for about $5 billion, mainly because of the tax targeting earnings held abroad. What's your thought about that and the banks?
Yeah, they're going to have a quick little hit to their earnings, but over time, the banks are going to make out quite well with this tax plan. Goldman gets about 80% of its revenue outside the U.S. I believe their earnings as of the end of 2016, somewhere in the neighborhood of $31 billion in earnings reinvested abroad. Now, they're going to be looking at repatriating some of that money, and they're going to be paying tax on it. Actually, the big one is going to be Citigroup. They're going to take a hit of around $20 billion. Citi does a lot more overseas than Goldman. But the others are going to take a hit to some extent or another. Bank of America around $3 billion, Credit Suisse $2 billion, J.P. Morgan around $2 billion, give or take, in that range. Under the new law, U.S. companies' overseas income held as cash, subject to a 15.5% rate, non-cash holdings base an 8% rate. Companies will have a chance to make those payments in 8 annual installments. So it's not that big of a deal once they basically pull in some of that money from overseas. They'll be looking at a lower tax rate. This is just reconciling the books with some deferred money that was sitting there and kind of dropping in value. The deferral was dropping in value over time, and now it's going to be accelerated, that's all.
Well, jumping off to another story, we saw crude oil prices take off, topping at $60 a barrel, just coming at a period of time when everybody was bearish on crude oil. And though there's been a little bit of a sell-off, it looks like it overall could be strong here into 2018. But the big story is that secret filling up of, on the part of China, the North Korean tankers. Really interesting there. I thought I caught that in your report. That was something, particularly when we're trying to sanction them, correct?
Well, there are now some UN sanctions, and the U.S. drafted the resolution that would cap crude oil supplies to North Korea at about 4 million barrels a year. China apparently is trying to circumvent those caps to North Korea, and doing it by basically sending their oil tanker out to meet a North Korean oil tanker at sea, where they then exchange oil at sea, which has got to be a fairly tricky kind of a docking maneuver to pull off. But apparently there are satellite photos of this. And so there was a Trump tweet the other day, caught red-handed, very disappointed that China is allowing oil to go into North Korea. Well, okay, very disappointed, but I'm not sure that he has any leverage to do anything about it, particularly. Still, there was a little bit of some safe haven positioning that took place in response to this whole brouhaha. At the same time, I think the strength in oil right now is just that there's going to be fairly strong global demand in 2018. We've got globally economies looking fairly strong at this point. It's not just the U.S. by any means. And you've also got the OPEC and non-OPEC, read that as Russia in particular, sticking to their limits as far as how much they're going to pump out. They seem to be actually disciplined in this, so that means relatively tight supplies. Counterbalancing that, you've got U.S. production, which continues to grow, and at around $60 or north of $60, you should see the U.S. rig count continue to grow at least a little bit, maybe not as much as last year, which was really strong rig count growth. So look for 60, maybe a little bit above, moving into the new year. I don't see anything to counter that. And if you're wondering if that global growth really is significant, you look for the canary in the coal mine, and that, of course, is our old friend Dr. Copper. And copper prices have hit 4-year highs just recently. That portends a strong year for the global economy.
Right, that bodes really well. Sinclair, I want to thank you so much for taking time on 2 segments with us, and I know you have to get back on air at KFNN, talking to Sinclair Nove, who authors EatTheBankers.com. And, of course, if you tune in to KFNN 1510 in Phoenix, you can hear him during the day, I think at about 4 o'clock local time. Sinclair, Happy New Year. We'll talk to you next week.
Happy New Year. All the best.
All the best. Thank you again, Sinclair Nove. Thank you, Henry Weingarten, Harry Boxer, Don Velo for all joining us on the show. And again, I'll remind you about the new, VR Addict trading service. Go to vrtrader.com. You can sign up for it there, and you can see some of the intraday trades that we try to post for you. Try to keep those of you who are addicts on the market busy, as we are over here. and again offered a very special launched rate of 50 cents per day. It's $2.50 a day and $5. I wish at 50 cents we probably have 20 more subscribers, 200 more subscribers. Anyway, if $5, it bumps up in about a month. So I want you to do that if you have time. It'd be really worth your time. And, we talked closely about the media conglomerations going on and how Google and 20th Century Fox, Facebook pretty much monopolize 1/5 of global ad revenue, and all these corporations control the bulk of what we read, watch, and hear, including online. Very concerned about that, obviously, because of the fake news stories that have been promulgated by the media, particularly CNN. They really define our understanding of the world and ourselves, yet they reflect a teeny number of people who have a very narrow outlook on the world. So most of what we read, watch, and hear through the media is structurally conditioned by a network of special interests that are self-supported and self-sustained. And this is why the distinction between fake news and real news is both illusory and dishonest. Due to this structure, virtually everything you encounter as news functions as a subtle or overt piece of propaganda that distracts you from the real activity that is driving the machinery. Everything coming at you within the structure produces the debilitating effect of confusing your mind and stimulating your emotions into a complex mashup of anger, resignation, apathy, and sloth. A little bit of my opinion and that of a good friend of mine who sent me that piece. Cyber attacks continue to be a risk here going into 2018. Of course, you know about Equifax, the big September 2017 boondoggle where 136 million Social Security numbers were lost, and just a week later we found out that our nation's Wall Street watchdog, the SEC, was hacked. So got to watch your accounts, folks. That's why Bitcoin took off. As we do each week, and again for the new year, we wish you the best. Happy New Year. And we also say, as Ed Hart used to say, we will know in the fullness of time. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for listening to Wall Street Raw with nationally recognized market timer and previous Wall Street Week Elf, Mark Leibovit. If you missed any of today's show or to get in touch with Mark, please go to wallstreetrawradio.com. Any stocks or investment discussed on Wall Street Raw are not in any way a recommendation or solicitation to buy, sell, or hold. We first recommend you seek out a licensed financial professional for advice. Go to wallstreetrawradio.com for more information on Mark's newsletters and products.
High-performance investors and traders use superior financial tools to achieve superior returns. You have that tool with Mark Leibovit, nationally renowned top market timer, legendary television Wall Street Week elf, and nightly business report market monitor, who shares with you his unique market tools and commentary at wallstreetraw.com. At wallstreetraw.com, Mark provides you with his latest ideas on how to help build and protect your wealth and help you avoid the next big market crash. Mark has a special free gift for listeners of his Wall Street Raw radio show. Go to wallstreetraw.com and sign up for his free monthly Cannabis Vice News Raw report. While there, go ahead and sign up for his free monthly Gold News Raw report. Both are totally free. No credit card information is required. Sign up today for your free Cannabis Vice News Raw and Gold News Raw reports at wallstreetraw.com. That's wallstreetraw.com.
Water is the single most important thing your body needs, so you want to be sure it's the best for you and your family. Since 2005, thousands have depended on Berkey purified water. The Berkey Guy provides the lowest price filtration systems in every size. For incredibly delicious water now and in an emergency, get to GoBerkey.com or call 877-886-3653. 877-886-3653. GoBerkey.com.
anytime, any place, anywhere. Radio remains the most intimate of all forms of media. At home, at work, in the car, on smartphones. Over 90% of consumers still listen to radio every week. That makes choosing radio as a place to advertise your business one of the best decisions you can make. Email advertise@gcnlive.com and partner up with an experienced GCN representative. Advertise@gcnlive.com. Easy, affordable, effective.